What's going on, people? Welcome back to another John Sinclair TV, or JSTV, if you want to call it that. And I'm back again tonight. I've got my usual suspects. I've got Paul and Louise. Hi, guys.
Hey.
All right, John.
And how's your weekend been, guys? Had a good weekend?
It was all right. Yeah, nothing much happening.
Yeah. Wow. I'll tell you how the ball up in Newcastle on Saturday. I went to both games. Absolutely loved it. People come up to us about selfies, and you know, when I did a speech as well and updates and that, they all loved it. I had people watching me talk, so it's just fantastic. So guys, if you like the video, like what you watch, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button as well. Also, if you'd like to become a member, it is just 99p. And also, if you'd like to super chat, then it is open as well. Just give what it's worth. And one thing I'm going to mention as well, Dominic, if you're watching in my guide, thank you so much for giving us a £49, £50 super chat. I appreciate that from Friday night. Thank you so much indeed for that. And before we go on to the main topic, I've got 3 bit of news as well. The first one, Leslie Stapleton. Happy birthday to Leslie, one of my mods. Leslie, hope you have a fantastic day today. So, Leslie, hope you got sport. Happy birthday. And secondly, bit of bad news I have till in my eyes. It's going to be Louise's last appearance on my show, because tell us why, Louise.
I'm going to concentrate on my business. I have had an absolute blast doing this last summer with you. Never expected to do it. Have loved every minute of it. I've loved all the chat from everybody. So I'm hoping if I ever do want to come back on a podcast show, John, you'll have me back.
100%. I mean, I'm still trying to negotiate to stay, but I can't do anymore. But listen, the door's always open, and you're welcome to come on my show, Louise. Whether you do like a 10-minute afterthoughts as well, you're always welcome to on recorded as well. So you have been an absolute credit, Louise, and please show Louise some love as well. And the most important thing is I'm going to make an announcement. I've now got a new partnership on my channel, and it is Tufts Partnership, and it's a replica shirt company as well, which is absolutely amazing. And also as well, if you want to check it out, guys, check out our new partners, Tufts. Get replica retro shirts, www.tufts.com. 15% off with our exclusive discount code JSTV15. So check it out. Tufts got some lovely retro shirts as well. These are the 3 main ones. That one is a 1920 retro shirt. Looks nice. This one's a 1927 replica shirt when Newcastle United won the title back then. And the one I got on now is the Newcastle Brown L1, which is for 1995. So check it out online, tufts.com. And if you order a shirt or any other accessories as well, hats and all the gadgets as well, then 15% off with your code JSTV 15. So that is our new partnership. And this goes to some comments as well, because there's loads as well. Keep them coming in, please, guys. I really appreciate that. Hi to JK, and I hope you're well. Yes, I'm great, JK. Hi to Jules. Hi to Les. And hi to Mark Gibbons. I hope you're good, Mark. Come on, John. Thank you, mate. And everyone's flying in as well. Toon. Hi to Mark. Hi to Fair. I hope you're good, Fair. And please like and share. Thank you very much. Jolly9. Big up to Jolly. Hope you're great. Hi to Mark. And hi to Cheers. And for the first time, thank Jolly as well. And what was the back of your vlog the other day, John? Lovely videos, John. 2 Legend JS. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Spence. I appreciate that as well. Do check out my vlog as well. That'd be fantastic. And hi to Mr. Little as well, the legend as well on my channel. And everyone saying hi. Greetings, Would Be Farmer. Hi to you. Got loads tonight. Just keep them coming in, please. And I love that. And yes, let's go on to the match itself. I mean, I'll start with you, Paul. I mean, in case we didn't listen to you, give us a little bit of your breakdown on the weekend's game. Newcastle Sela Cup winners.
Yeah, It was a really good weekend. I mean, man, every time I go back up, I get so homesick. I was up there from Thursday, actually, in the end. I went up a bit early because I couldn't wait. And it's just so good to be back up there. You miss it so much. But yeah, Saturday was really good. The format worked quite well. There was a bit of confusion at times about tickets and how that was working and whether you're allowed back in and out and all that sort of stuff. And then the machines failed, so we were allowed out anyway. And we were given wristbands. So after all that, I could have come for the second game. But yeah, I'm glad I came for the first game because it was actually quite a decent, game of football, 1-1. Then we obviously played just after that with the two separate 11s. So we had obviously two different 11s out for the Saturday and the Sunday, as we pretty much fought anyway. Interesting in some of the combinations that Eddie played, but I think he wanted to gather who was going to, as we're probably going to come on to, I think he's just trying to find out who's playing Saturday. But it would be, again, even if we're going to guess it, I bet when Saturday comes out, we'll still be shocked at who he brings on. And then the Sunday was great again. I'll tell you what, that first game, I don't know if you caught it, either of you. The first game was really feisty, really feisty. There's a few fallouts, a few fights. There was a big fight in the dugout. It was pretty, the Nice and who did they play? It was Fiorentina, wasn't it?
Fiorentina.
Yeah, I tell you what, they were treating that as a real game. There wasn't anything friendly about that game because there was some pretty spicy tackles and some choice words, and the ref had a bit of a game on his hands there. And then we'll come into it a bit more depth. And we obviously rolled out very good winners on the Sunday with a 4-0. And then we'll come into it more depth. But yeah, it's just brilliant, fantastic.
Fantastic. James, John, can I have a shout out for your mum, Claire? She's 75, love your videos. Oh, Claire, thank you so much, Claire. Big up to Claire. James' mum as well. I hope she enjoys the videos as well. Hi to you. I hope you're absolutely fine. And I hope James does the cooking for you at home as well. And I'm sure he does. So thank you for that, James. Claire, love to you as well. I do, JK, again. And all these birthday messages coming up as well. All the best to Louise as well. And Mina, hi to Mina. Love your video so much. Thank you, Mina. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. And hope you're having a good day. Excuse me. And it's coming in as well. And this other as well. And also Fear. Big thumbs up as well. Louise, you went to the game on Saturday, and I'm sure you had a fantastic time. Give us a little bit of a breakdown on your game and the two teams Eddie played Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, so before that, I just have to say I was lucky to get to the match because I decided to be your roving reporter when I found out that Nice was in the same hotel as me, and I was creeping around trying to get an interview with I was asked to leave. I got into their coffee area and I was just lurking about, and I was asked anyway. So after that, got to the ground, bumped into John. Amongst all the people, I've managed to find John, and it was just so awesome to be there. Have to say, I thought the Leazes End was a little bit too quiet for my liking, even though it was just a friendly, and even though it wasn't capacity, and I know it will not be like that on Saturday. I was still just a little bit disappointed. So obviously both matches were amazing. I don't think we have seen any of Eddie's starting lineups yet. I think we'll have rotations, but I don't think that was a starting 11 in any way, shape or form of any of them. I agree with you, Paul. What we do see is going to be totally different, and I think he was still keeping his cards very close to his. I don't think some of those players are going to be our first, second or third 11, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm going to have to kind of agree because I think, in my opinion, Eddie's made his mind up on the team's going to be on Saturday, and I can see it's going to be one or two surprises as well. In my opinion, I think before I go on that, I thought I really enjoyed the game. I thought the game against Fiorentina looked very, very good. I mean, defense is sound as well. Alex Murphy's fantastic at the back. He's only 19 years of age. And if you look at the players we've got, they all want to play for Eddie Howe. They want to be in this team. Anthony Gordon. What a player this guy is, yeah? He's absolutely fantastic. A lot of people are not a big fan of him still. I can't lie, but He is doing it for Newcastle United. He really is. Elliot Anderson, this guy, he just gets better and better every time I see this guy. He is absolutely amazing. Young lad, 21 years of age. Yeah, brilliant. You know, and he's got 10 years playing for this great club. He is born to play for Newcastle United, 110%. Yeah, Isak, doing Isak things. Yeah, and we've got some good teams there. We've got good players there as well. Paul, I will talk about Alex Murphy. Hey, what do you think he'll be playing on Saturday if Fabian Schär doesn't make it? Or do you think he's going to go over Lascelles?
I think, well, I don't know. It's a hard one now because Lascelles kind of picked up, it looked like a bit of an injury. I don't know what happened. He just kind of, he picked up the ball and then just kind of stopped and then had some treatment. And then he did get subbed in the end and he was kind of favouring, his thigh. So I'm not sure if he got a knock or something. I would have said 100% that Lascelles is probably going to start that game if Schär can't. But if Lascelles has got a knock, and we all know how Eddie is with that, he doesn't risk anybody if they have anything. He's really keen on not, risking players. So I guess you never know now because it has thrown that into the only other thing I can think of is that I wondered when he played Murphy on the Sunday in the back four, and I wondered whether he was thinking maybe he plays Murphy there and he puts Byrne in with Botman maybe. And has those two as a centre-back partnership. And that's only because it's kind of like, okay, that's interesting. He's playing Murphy there. And I don't know whether that was just him thinking, I need someone there. If I can't trust Target, and I will probably get into Target, who had a bit of one of those games for me. Didn't have the best of games. He kept getting caught quite often, I felt. I don't know whether Eddie completely trusts him as a starter. No, I was just kind of thinking, I wonder if that was something he was thinking of, pondering about on the Sunday to see how Jacob Murphy got on there. And he did very well. So, so I wonder whether maybe he might do that where, Trippier's on one side, you've got Murphy, and then maybe you've got Botman and Byrne. But we keep second guessing Eddie, and every time I get it wrong. So.
Yeah, the thing is, right, Louise, you just touched on that Target, yeah? Eddie doesn't really trust him, to be fair, but he's here for a reason. Some people like him, some people think he should be moved on. But for me, with Matt Target, I'm on the border within this guy. But if he comes and play, he'll do okay. But for me, if Dan Burn moves into centre defence, if Schär don't make it, then obviously Matt Target's going to have to play. He's got no choice. That's why we need a left-back.
We do. What if we completed the signing?
Mental, yeah.
Yeah, would he? I know he wouldn't with a European player, but would he put him straight in? Is that? I don't really think so, but I don't know. It's going to be a shame if we haven't got Schär, I think, not just for Leslie, but for the rest of us as well. I hope that he's fit. Really interesting to see what's going to happen. Don't know.
Yeah, we have to wait and see. He's keeping his card close to his chest, and Chest has said the same thing. I think Harvey B will start on Saturday at the expense of Gordon. I say he will. I like Anthony, but I think he's just about kept his place. So those 2 goals, by the way, from Thank You Jolly. Eddie probably wouldn't want to show anyone else start to 11. That's true. Mm-hmm. Do you think Sunderland will have their holidays at Ipswich anytime soon? Do you know what? I saw a few Ipswich fans yesterday, and I clapped to the Ipswich fans, right? Like that. And then they just give us the fist pumps. Everyone by 5 would give us the fist pumps as well. And I said, well done. Should have smashed them a bit more. But at the end of the day, it's not a Sunderland Ipswich, I'm sure. It's a Newcastle Salah show, but you know what I mean, JK. And Tonali will be in Pat sub for the first few games. That's interesting. We've got to talk about Sandro in a bit. Cannot wait for the big day. Premier League is back. Who do you think the start 11 will be? We're going to do that on a content in the week, Alan. Yes, so you have to watch out for that as well. It's going to be like predicted 11. So I'll probably be doing that, which will be fantastic. Keep your eyes open for that, Alan. That's a great question. You're going to have to wait and see. Alan, Andrew, hi to you, mate. I hope you're absolutely great. And I have seen a few negatives about Wilson today, but to me, he showed what a real team player he is. 3 assists yesterday, HOWAY. Paul, Callum Wilson had a great game yesterday. 3 assists.
He's excellent. That's strange. again, we've kind of been here and done that with some of our fans.
Tapped, Paul, they're tapped. Some of our fans are tapped. Do you know what I mean? Some are so thinking they know they're better than he is, but no, he's still
Wilson was, you know, and again, like Villarreal aren't mugs. We're not playing some like nothing team.
Yeah.
You know, Villarreal put out a very strong side against us. You know, they put their second string in on a Saturday, and they saved like some of the more big hitters for us. You know, so they were taking that game as seriously as we were. And I tell you, like they were compact. They were trying to frustrate us, which I think they did at times in the game. You know, and they kind of did their usual sort of tactical fouls, and you know the ref was falling for it all the time. It was getting a bit frustrated. You know, St James's Park was very frustrated with, you know, players playing up on stupid things, and Joe getting a yellow card again. As soon as he got the yellow card, Louise, I thought of you when he got the yellow card.
Conversation, yeah.
I laughed, and I was like, "Oh, there's Joe's yellow card." But you know, so you know, but Wilson, you know, I was right. You know, people probably saw my pictures. I was right in front of the Gallagher goal, like literally right in front of it. So when we were, you know, when we're kicking towards the Gallagher, and you have a better view of where, you know, when we're kicking that way. Like Wilson was busy the whole half. Like he held the ball up really well. As we said, 3 assists, amazing. But it's other little things that he does. Like he's, you know, when I've been to a few games in the past, I've seen this, that he's like another captain as well at the top, because he was barking all the game from where, you know, from the whole second half anyway, from what I could see. He was barking orders at Barnes where he wanted him, where he wanted him to be. You know, he was like on top of everything up there. Like Bruno, he was like telling them, like, no, I want that ball a bit quicker next time, you know, get that in a bit quicker next time. Yeah. I thought he had a really good showing, and he got unlucky. I mean, with the scramble for the third goal, I think he's a bit unlucky because one of the defenders kind of slid in the way of the ball. If he didn't, it would have been Wilson's goal, not Joe's. But, you know, luck goes that way sometimes.
It certainly does. It certainly does. We want to talk about Big Joe. I think he's had an excellent game yesterday. And look, he's got a fantastic goal, another assist as well. And he got booked again. And he needs to calm down, Louise. He needs to calm down. You know what I mean?
It does. However, what we did see was more leadership from him. Other than that hot-headedness, we saw more leadership than we've seen before. And we also, you know, has he got his goal scoring confidence back as well? Obviously he has. So he seems to have added more facets to his game, which is awesome to see. And I loved his leadership. Really, I was really impressed. So he's not too much on my naughty step at the minute. I thought he did well.
I have to agree. I think he's done really well yesterday, so he's got to be playing as well. Jolly 9, hi to you, mate. We have that many games this season. All the squads will get plenty of game time. I'm sure we'll see plenty of different combinations in the coming months. Jolly, you're absolutely right. And we've got the bigger squad now. Our midfield, lots of midfielders in there. Eddie will keep fishing the team off every single week, and I hope he does that. Depends who we play on the opposition too. What season is that, John? Shirts, this John. This is a retro shirt, 1995, mate. I've got 3 of them because I'm now partnered by Toffs, and I will show the shirts again in a bit coffee. And Mad Dog looks fit. Can you give us a few minutes at left back? Yeah, I tell you what, mate. Yes, absolutely brilliant. We do him as well, 100%. We could do a new centre back with speed through the door. Todibo would be fantastic for Nice. And after I watch this guy play, he's been fantastic. And Target hasn't been great, but in all fairness, a player doesn't just become a bad player overnight. Perhaps he just needs more minutes. We do need a left back, though. Totally agree. Anyone see how close the technical area was to the dugout, Louise? I saw that yesterday. They haven't changed. They haven't changed at all, haven't it?
Well, I thought they were trying on Saturday because Eddie was at the front, Mad Dog was at the back. I did think they were trying it out, and then it seemed like nobody else is trying it out at all. I think we have to be really, really careful on Saturday because they'll be tempted, particularly if we're under pressure, they'll be tempted to fall foul of that rule. And if they do, we'll be in trouble. So I was glad to see them rehearsing at the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm worried about that left back position. If Target plays going to Musa Diaby, and I tell you what, like I had a coffee saying, wow, he said he's worried about it. So would I. Because the Derby starts, we got problems with the left back situations as well. But at the end of the day, we've got a good defence, Paul, and we've got to deal with it.
You know, these are things that come with it. I mean, like I said, the Saturday game, Target was getting caught quite often. Like it was like it was a very obvious, tactic from the team. I think they saw that he was, out of position a lot. Dubravka was screaming his heart out at him, like telling him where to be and where to get to, and getting very frustrated with him. Quite a few times their attack was getting in behind them very often. And there was one time I can't remember if it was the first or second half, but there's one time where literally the player just walked past him, and the ball was passed in behind him, and he's done. He's gone already. And then we would kind of get the last ditch sort of tackle in there for I think it went up for a corner or something.
Yeah, it did.
But, it's just little things like that. And it's not the first time we've seen this with Target, sadly. And he has had some good games. I don't want to be all negative because we like positivity on this show. But, you still have to be honest if you see that. And I just feel that, I think Saturday, sadly for him, just did him no favours just because it was a very obvious, it was obvious that the team had picked it up and they were attacking down that side on purpose. Because they saw that's where they were going to likely get a goal if they were going to get one. Like, obviously, we didn't. We did very well to get two. It's nice to get 2 clean sheets in a row as well to kind of stop that little. Not rot. I don't want to go that far, but we were kind of conceding silly, stupid goals for us and thinking that's what's that all about? Like we were so good defensively and so many silly little errors that were happening. Obviously. Eddie's probably done some good stuff on the training field with the guys, so that's good. But it's just one of those things, isn't it? Where Target for me, I'd be very surprised if he started on this Saturday.
Great.
Yeah, agree. And you know what? I mean, personally, I'd rather have Dan Burn left back. I know he's not the quickest, but at the end of the day, we still got defence to cover out as well. Yeah. This is why we need a speedy left back and a speedy centre back. So I would have gone for that Carlos Augusto for Monza. This guy can defend properly, fantastic going forward, and defensively, he is absolutely sound as well. He is absolutely quick. Bafilio was so awesome in pre-season. First, that Elliot Anderson assist, and now a rocket goal. Hopefully, this will be his best season yet. I have to agree. Jacob Murphy, it took him 5 years to turn out his best, and I can't even lie. Everyone in the best position taste. Also, how long do you think it would take for Jacob Murphy to cause the first shithousery, and against who? You know what? I hope it's against Man City away. And because I tell you what, Man City yesterday, they were off, Louise. I did for that great. I do believe if we play, which we're capable of, then we can get something.
Absolutely, yeah. We can have a really good game against anybody. Have no need to fear anybody. But yeah, it was good to see Jacob Murphy get a home run yesterday. When he did his exactly home run. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, absolutely loved it. It's true. If Fabian is not fit by Saturday, I'll play Dan with Botman and have Target left back. Only concern will be lack of pace at the back. Johnny, you're absolutely right. This is why I've always said throughout the summer we need a centre back with pace. If we struggle, Johnny, bring in Alex Murphy. Do you know what? I have no qualms putting Alex in the team at all whatsoever. This guy, he is destined for the very, very top. I'm not going to big him up or hype him up a bit because I don't really want to hype him up. Because if I hype him up and it turns out to be poor, then it makes me sound like a complete muppet. But so far, so good. And got a few comments as well. I've got Marco. Hi to Mark. Cool. Target and Shah are championship level defenders. You better be careful about Shah because Leslie is not going to be very happy at all. And Pope is a bit of a worry playing keeper sweeper. Nick Pope made some good saves yesterday, Paul. 2 good saves, second half against Villarreal. And it's going to be key.
Yeah, he had a really good game, I felt. I don't remember feeling like in trouble really in that game. I mean, they had a couple of attacks here and there, but I never felt like, oh, here we go. It's they're going to score. No, I mean, Nick Pope was he just runs that back four. you know, again, like it was so nice being so close to the Gallowgate because you get to hear a lot of the interactions that you might not hear when you're further back. You know, my season ticket isn't as close, so you know, it was quite nice to kind of hear more of the interactions being closer to the field. And again, like Pope is talking all the time. He's telling people what he wants, where he wants them, where he wants them to go. You know, it's really interesting, like hearing those interactions, like, you know, when you're that close to the pitch. So he's going to be our number one keeper. I know he doesn't have number one on the back of his shirt, but he is going to be the number one keeper. And Dubravka, I'm assuming, is probably going to be our cup goalkeeper because Karius has disappeared off the face of the planet for some reason. I don't know where he's gone.
He's just on a 1-year contract as well. Do you know what I mean? But where is he, man?
Yeah,
I mean, let's be real.
Strange. Because I thought we might see him in this, you know, I thought, oh, well, he'll probably play a half in the Sela Cup probably, and he didn't even get on the bench. It's very strange.
Isn't it Nick Pope? So I was going to say, isn't it Nick Pope Day this week? I'm sure it's Nick Pope Day. Is it the 8th? Anyway, I'll put it in the chat. But Nick Pope Day, I'm sure it's this week. Yeah. Somebody will tell me if I'm wrong.
We're going to have that all over Twitter again then.
Nick Pope Day. It's in my diary.
I tell you what, we're going to talk about that in a minute, like time wasting and stuff like that, because I think this is beyond a joke. But isn't it great to have so many midfield options as from Fear? Yes, absolutely. Fantastic. And Fabian's a class player and a Swiss international, top defender in my eyes. I have to agree. I mean, I like Marco, but everyone have an opinion as well. Alessandro Bastoni, can you imagine it happen? What a left back defense defender he is, man. That Inter Milan ain't going to let him go. They're not that stupid. I think Amir's earned a start on Saturday. That's from Jolly. Pope's a big part to see the reason we didn't finish the summer series without a win. We won the game. We won against Brighton. Won in the last minute.
Just about to say that.
All right. Don't know what it's done, but put this into perspective. Kane skinned Shah. No pace, passes best. Alex Murphy, time is now. His time will come, but if Shah don't play, then I'll chuck him in.
Kane isn't a bad striker, though, at the same time.
Reverse strength for midfield should go with 1-8-1. One defense. Oh, good. We're agreed to disagree, Marco. Alex looks good, but too much too soon, possibly. It is what it is, man. I want to talk about Super Harvey Barnes, Louise. 2 goals yesterday. I tell you what, he was fantastic yesterday.
Absolutely. And to have just slotted in like that, just looked perfectly at home. I think I read somewhere somebody said he looked like he'd played a season with us already, and he absolutely did. Just so confident. Amazingly confident. I think just to back briefly to Anthony Gordon, I think Anthony Gordon was trying just a little bit too hard. I think there was a bit of a lack of confidence there. Not lack of ability, but to watch Harvey Barnes yesterday was just poetic.
Yeah, absolutely right. What about you, Paul? I mean, Harvey Barnes there. I tell you what, surely now, I think that spot will be his on Saturday. No disrespect to Anthony. I like him, but I think I'd like to see Anthony play on the right, and I like to see Harvey on the left.
Yeah.
And Miggy have to be, and I'm sorry, Foxy. I mean, I love Miggy, but I think could be a suspension for him.
Yeah, I mean, like we were saying, like Barnes he really impressed me. I mean, they were scared of him, and I mean that. Like he was really like pace. Again, that's what he brings. What a lot of people were saying he's not Maxi, and I'm not saying he is, but he's scary when he's got his skates on. They were really not happy with defending against him, and I just love how he's just tenacious as well. He just keeps going, like he really does. Like the goals he scored like came from him being tenacious and being in the right place. Wilson did some good stuff as well for the first goal, in particular. But again, but also his finishing. Like I know it doesn't say everything, but before the game, when they're doing their shooting practice, that was again really interesting because I know it doesn't mean anything, and whatever. But Harvey didn't miss one of his chances in the pre-game thing. It might, I know that means nothing probably, but again, that shows he's got that clinical to him. One of my favorite things was Wilson hit the bar for one of them. it's because he was annoyed. He put the ball in the other net because he wanted to score.
Yeah.
So he's just a natural. He just wants to finish goals naturally. But yeah, no. Yeah, Barnes was really impressive. And again, lovely to see him. Really celebrate the goals as well. Like he's obviously bedded in really quickly. It was a really good outing. I think again, I'm not going to pretend I know Eddie Howe in and out. But again, I'd be really shocked if he's not starting on Saturday.
I'll be out and about anyway around the Shearer's Bar doing the interviews and that as well. So that'd be worth doing. What about Luke? I was going to say, we'll go for some comments as well. Who would you play as our main striker? Isak Wilson. Isak played well on Saturday, scored a heading goal against Fiorentina, took it well. Wilson, very busy yesterday. Who is going to start up front, Louise?
I don't know, but what I do really believe is that we're not going to have one main striker. We might have one main striker on Saturday, but then the next match there'll be a different main striker. I think we have the players to do that, and I think it's really amazing that we can do it. So I think we need to, if we can get away from it being like a first 11. I don't think there's going to be a first 11. I think there's going to be distribution that will depend on fitness. It will depend on who the opposition is, or who else is playing, all sorts of things. It's going to be an amazing season to watch. I can't wait.
You know what it is? I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing. Football is definitely back. It is back. And you know what? At the end of the day, I'm buzzing. And, I've got a week off as well after Friday. So I'm buzzing. Let's go for the comments before we go through his partners again. Was Karius' partner not due to give birth? Oh, it could be that then. That's what it has to be playing. So that could be a possibility. Thank you, JK. And also we've got one, just chatting to Jolly as well. Right, let's go back to my new partnership, Toffs partnership, which is a retro shirts classic. And if you go on an email as well, go on to toffs.com, and then you can choose the shirts you want. You can buy any accessories to Newcastle United. And if you do buy one, then you get 15% off if you use JSTV 15. And these are the shirts you can buy as well. This one there looks nice. It's a 1920 shirt. And this is the 1927 championship title winning shirt as well. And the Newcastle Barnell 1995 shirt as well. So 65 quid or around then, and if you buy the shirts, then it'll be 15% off using my discount code JSTV15. Go and check out Toffs.com, people. Thank you very much indeed. And how about Isak, Wilson and Murphy up front? That will kill the Barnes-Gordon talk. Very interesting. Very interesting. What a goal by Midi. And keep this quiet. Last season's European final Saturday. Shh, quits in again. Foxy, you know much I love him, right? If he starts, he does, then have him starting. Louise, you'll be a miss. Don't be long coming back. Absolutely. Thank you, Alan. Thank you very much indeed. And so I meant Mickey, not Murphy. And Foxy, I agree, but they're still at it, I believe. Yes, and I want to talk about that as well, Paul. Fans being negative again, right? I mean, people saying Gordon's not good enough, Miggy's done, Wilson's getting on a bit, I'm sick of these negativity. And also as well, I'm hearing that people are saying, I don't want to pay 55 quid for a season, for a pre-season friendly. Yeah? Why? People are negative. If you want to go, go. If you don't, you don't.
And the thing is, I think they forget that Saturday was 3 games. I'm not saying I have to go to all of them, but it was 3 games on the Saturday and there were 2 games on the Sunday. Like, that's not bad for £55. And again, like you're seeing, obviously Newcastle playing, that's the main thing we're going for. I get that's brilliant. But you're seeing some decent, Roma and all, there's some decent size, decent players. We had some top quality on St. James's Park as well. You might not have, unless we draw them, which you never know. We might, so we might see some of them again. But I thought it was a very nice tournament, and it was nice around by where I was. It was a positive, there was a lot of positivity, which is nice. I just don't know what it is. I don't know what, I think people forget that we finished fourth last season. Fourth, guys. We finished fourth, yeah? We've been relegated twice, guys. Those are the seasons where I've been mad at Newcastle. And quite rightly, because we underperformed at both occasions and should never have been in that bother. Those are players that I can happily say, you weren't good enough, Sissoko. You weren't good enough, blah, blah, blah. We could be all day talking about the relegations. But when we had a really good season and everything went our way, other teams had, Chelsea, all these other, Liverpool had poor seasons when they would normally have better seasons than that. We stepped up and did something unbelievable. We're going to be playing Champions League football, guys. So just stand away for a few seconds, think before you talk. We haven't even played a Premier League game yet, guys. So don't start slagging off Murphy or whatever. We don't know yet. We don't know. If we put it this way, if Anthony Gordon on Saturday scores 3 goals against Aston Villa, he'd be the best thing ever. If he misses 3, he'd be the worst thing ever. It's just typical of some of our fans.
Flipping and flopping postures. Some of the fans, just flipping and flopping every single time. Do you know what I mean? I mean, one week they say it's the best thing since sliced bread, and another week they just say get rid. Yeah, I mean, we got good players there. Eddie Howe has not signed one bad player, Louise, at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. His buy-in with the support of the club has been out of this world. There was some ticket issues, but they quickly put them right. They've not really put a foot wrong. They've not done anything wrong in anything that they've done. I don't understand the negativity. It feels a little bit like we can't believe it's this good. Therefore, we have to have a moan about it. It's just not on. Just not on. Needs to stop.
Totally agree. We got a good thing going at the football club, yeah. The last thing these owners want is negativity towards the players, right? And Eddie, it doesn't look good because it goes down to the players, and the players will be thinking, flipping heck. I mean, this is not good. I want out of the club. Do you know what I mean? But listen, you know what? Just be happy. Just be excited, people. Be excited. You know what I mean?
Rewatch.
I don't know how. Sorry, Paul. Go on.
Yeah. No, I was saying, rewatch how much Jacob Murphy celebrates that Sela Cup. It's bloody brilliant.
It is. It should be a yearly thing. It should be a yearly thing.
He loved it. He loved it. It's great.
I loved it as well. I mean, people say the attendance wasn't great on Saturday, but I'm not there for the attendance. I'm there to watch the match and find out who's good enough to get into the team this Saturday coming. It's all about fitness. It's all about getting things right. And it's all about, taking the kids as well. And that is what it's all about. When kids must be taking the football, simple as that. The only thing we can guarantee is that this team, whoever is playing, that will give their all. Is that not what we asked for? Leslie, you're correct. Absolutely right. Totally agree. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely right. Do you know? I mean, go out there, win, lose or draw, everyone's happy. Do you know what I mean? Because we'll bounce back, Paul. We will bounce back.
What's been our tagline for the last 20 years since I've been following Newcastle? More than that, sorry. The tagline has always been: we don't demand a team that wins, we demand a team that tries. So it's, again, we've been through this a few times, but it just seems like some of the mentalities, I'm not picking on, we've said this last time, I'm not picking on younger people in particular or whatever. It just seems like we're getting newer fans, and because they may be used to seeing other teams just steamroller Champions Leagues and all this stuff, I think they demand too much of us already, where us three and other fans, we've been through the downside of Newcastle, and now we're finally just living off some really nice positivity. It's great. The year when we finished fifth, I remember being delirious. I was like, how on earth are we fifth? With this team we have and Alan Pardew as manager, what on earth are we doing? How did we even do that? And then we got to the quarterfinals, I think.
Sorry. Yeah. Go on, Paul.
It's just like, we had some positive times in the past, but really we've been living off scraps since then. I mean, what's the best thing we've done since then? Win two championships and finish 10th with Rafa. Come on. With Eddie, we finished unbelievably well the first time back up with Eddie. And then the second year, look what we're doing. We finished in the Champions League, guys. Come on.
Time of our lives, and it's only going to go one way, but for a good while yet.
I've got just off topic here. I've just got a message from Angry Larry. I done the fan cams yesterday, and this quote says, "I think you need to start cherry picking who you interview, mate. Some of these didn't have the Scooby, bless them. Listen, right? It's the first time you got to give these fans a chance. Yeah, at the end of the day, right? And so what's wrong with these people? I mean, everyone's gonna have an opinion. What is wrong with these people, man? Do you know what I mean? But give them a chance, man. That's what I'm asking." Never mind. Let's move on. Carry on. Lou. Say it again, love.
I don't know what I was doing. I was listening to that comment, and I was just thinking. I talk about the fact that I'm not necessarily a great tactician, but I look at the heart. I look at the approach. My voice is valid, and I think encouraging people to have those views. Talking to the kids and stuff like that. I think it's all really important. You don't have to be a master of the game to have an opinion. Exactly.
Totally agree. I don't think Tonali will start against Villa. Not sure if we touched on it. We haven't touched on it, but you'll do the prediction show very soon this week sometime. And I think Tonali will probably be on the subs bench, to be fair, Paul. I think he might. I think Eddie will go for a try and test it.
Yeah, and I think Eddie's shown us in the past with when we signed Isaac and other players. He's not somebody who just throws people in. Maybe Tonali will get like 20 minutes on Saturday, and then the next game he maybe gets whatever, and then he starts the third game in or whatever. Did the same with Bruno. We were all demanding Bruno when he came in, like, "Where's Bruno?" And he got like a 10-minute stint in his first appearance for us, and did that absolutely outrageous bit of skill, which everyone was like, "Right, this guy's brilliant." But we bettered him in. I think judging on Eddie's putt, but we could be wrong because Eddie just loves to throw us. But his usual tactic is to bed those people in slowly and then kind of unleash them. So I wouldn't be shocked if he started, but I would assume that. Well, again, we'll try to guess what Eddie Howe thinks. It's hard with this guy, but yeah, I would assume it's probably going to be Joe, Bruno, and Sean. I'm going to assume, but who knows? Who knows?
Tonali can't start yet because he hasn't finished his Geordie lessons with Ginola. Seen those videos? Oh, absolutely incredible. What a sport and all of that stuff, the heart, the humour. Love it all. I did think, though, I thought he was an absolute powerhouse. Where I was sitting in Lisa's watching him running towards the goal, he just looked so strong and in control. Loved it.
Yeah, he had a good game on Saturday. I thought he had a good game. Bruno had a better game on Sunday. I think Bruno was a bit more back to his usual self on the Sunday as well. Some of the passing, some of the things he was doing were the Bruno I'm used to seeing. As always, they clip him. Teams just go after him. They really do. They really do go for him. Like if they're going for tackles and stuff. And I think some of them, some of them going a bit too rough on his ankles. Sometimes I think maybe they've been told that he's got a bit of a dodgy ankle.
Yeah. Elsu, hi to you, mate. Joe, Bruno, Anson from me. I tell you what, though, if Eddie Anson is considered, I'd play him along in the field and take Sean out. But you're quite right, guys. I think it could be Sean could be coming in as well. But if Anson starts, I think he'd do a fantastic job because he's had a great pre-season for me, Paul.
In some ways, you've got to reward that. Sorry, Paul.
No, you're right. No, I probably just say the same thing that I would not be unhappy to see Anderson start. Again, Saturday, he was unbelievable. This guy, it's a joke, isn't it? It's an absolute joke what this guy is doing. Some of the thing, and again, like this is the team, we're not playing, non-league players who can't play proper. We're playing teams that have been in serious tournaments and been in finals of tournaments or been near final, These are good teams that we're playing against, and he was one of the standout players against, very good opposition. Unbelievable. This lad is wow. Yeah.
Wow, he's going to be brilliant, Elliot Anderson. He looks fitter, quicker, stronger, and he beefed up as well. I've noticed a little bit, and he'll look the part. What's the attendance? Less than Sunday. It was 34,000 on Sunday, and yes, it was.
I think it was about 36 on Saturday, I think.
Yeah, 34 yesterday. So, which is quite a good attendance as well. I know it could have been more. Last season, it's still like 45, 46,000 against Atlanta and Atletico Bilbao. So, look, at the end of the day, right, I think about ticket prices as well, Louise. Do you think 55 quid is about right, or do you think you should drop it down a little bit?
Depends what they wanted. Depends, you know, was there a set price that maybe the sponsor wanted or something like that? Don't know. So maybe that's a consideration. I am convinced, and I have no basis for this, but I think it was the ticketing system. The booking system was really, really tough. I tried and gave up, and I think other people will have done that as well. And then if they'd said earlier that you could pay on the door, then I think that might have made a difference. I don't really think it was the price, but there is this just, I don't know, it's like this negativity it's almost like we're trying too hard to be cool. You know, it's a friendly, you know, I couldn't, you know, lower myself to go to a friendly. Why not? Support the lads.
Exactly.
And the women, actually.
Yeah,
sorry,
I was going to say for the women's yesterday, but unfortunately, like, I had no time to go back to see my partner as well, so I would have been too late getting back. But I would have loved to do it. If they put that back to an early kickoff, I would have done it, because I would like to see a lasses match. Do you know what I mean? I could have done that as well from my YouTube, but unfortunately, it is what it is. Yeah, and also as well, you touched on the queues as well. It took us about 15 minutes to get in the queue. Well, I was in the queue. I had to wait 15 minutes. Someone paid cash in the turnstile, and then they have to swipe the ticket on the system to get itself in. And I think that's too long, way too long. But I hope soon it gets sorted out very soon. That's what happens when the Miggy doesn't play. No Miggy, no fun. We all love Miggy, don't we? As other fans, as what they said, Anderson and Miley could save us 100 million if they keep on. Lots of users to be confident in clubs, lots of tackle options as well. We haven't touched on Miley yet, guys. I'll start with you, Louise. Miley, how good is this guy?
I think he's certainly an England player of the future. You know, unless something happens, and I don't think it will, because I think he's been well looked after. I think he is absolutely going to go on to play for England. Massive composure for his age. Amazing. Really, really strong. What can I say? Strong, talented, got his head screwed on, and I think it'll stay screwed on.
100%. Paul, Miley, I tell you what, this guy looks the real deal when he plays football. Do you know what I mean? I think he's going to come a long way.
Yeah, again, like you know, like I was just saying just now, like again, like you got to think of the opposition he's in front of as well. Again, like we're not playing mugs here. We're not playing like Wrexham or, you know, someone. No offense, Wrexham. Sorry if you're watching, but you know, we're not playing teams who are like, you know, World on League or whatever. And like in the past, we played some. And you think, what was the point of that? Like, you know, we played these teams that are nothing. Can you beat them 8-0, 9-0? You know, apart from getting some minutes in the legs, I don't really know what that shows. Where, you know, the whole point behind this cup competition was let's get some real opposition and see how we shape up against them, because, you know, we're going to be playing teams similar to this in the Champions League, and we want to see if our systems work. And again, like people like Miley, they just keep proving themselves, don't they? Where if they're picked, if they're, you know, on the start 11, or if they're on the bench or whatever, you know, the first Champions League game we have, you know, whenever that might be, and we see Miley on the bench. If we were, you know, let's say we went back a couple of seasons, people would probably be kicking off at that, because it's like, what, you know, why is he getting a place? Whereas now, I think people would be excited to see him, you know, come on, or maybe even start a game again. Isn't it nice to be excited about these sort of things where, you know, we have youngsters coming through and they're decent. They're not, you know, they're not just like filling the place. They are, you know, potentially first starters, and then, you know, more than likely, you know, a couple of years down the line, these are going to be people who are probably first on our team sheet. And as Louise said, depending on who our manager is at England, You know, hopefully it's not Southgate for too much longer.
Yeah.
You know, we have we have an England manager that actually picks based off form, not favoritism.
Exactly. Actually, Lewis and Elliot Anderson both be playing for England in the future, if you see what I mean. But you're right. I mean, hopefully this will be Southgate's last tournament before he quietly walks away. But who's going to come in? That's another thing. It better not be Eddie Howe. It better not be him.
No.
I'll tell you that for now.
Yeah.
You're not good. But if England come calling for, he's got a decision to make. But listen, I just hope that he stays here for a long, long time. Simple as that. I like the premises. Offline Good says our PCs to open our food to boost their coffers and support a local team. Louise, that's a cracking comment there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what can you say? I think forging those links, offering the support to them. You know, we've offered a bit of support to Hanwell as well, our London team. I'm all for it.
Yeah, 100%. Do you agree with that, Paul? Gotta be.
That's the stuff that's really awesome about the preseason. That stuff really works. I'm not, you know, I think if it's a thing at my point, I'm not saying that we shouldn't play like non-league teams. It's just that when we focus the whole preseason on that, is what I was more getting at. I'm not saying you shouldn't, because it was amazing. Like them having all that money off that gate, brilliant. That could potentially get a player in or whatever. That's good for them. We should do more of that. I mean, we've been, you know, again, our media team have been, you know, and that sort of stuff, the foundation and stuff. Like we've been crying out for a management team that actually knows how to do this stuff and get the links in there, because again, this is what the owners promised. They promised that local things would get better through their investment of the club. So it's not just a football club investment. They promised things like, you know, Strawberry Place and all that will be better, and they're going to fulfill that. And they've said that they'll invest in hospitals and local areas and charities, and they're sticking to their word, because they're in with the food bank. They're in with, you know, they're in with doing the projects around the new build of the like the fan zone thing. You know, everything they've said, they're still sticking to. So amazing, really.
Yeah. You touched on the fan zone as well. A couple months' time. Remember, my channel is by the fans for fans, always and always will be. And you know what? I think the fan zone, Louis, is going to be superb when it comes to it.
Yeah, and maybe that will make people feel more involved. Maybe there'll be a bit less sniping. Maybe I'd like to think so, that people will feel the lift in the city. Although they should be feeling it anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Leslie, get well soon, love. I mean, stay strong for me, okay? And better very, very soon as well. I'll go for that one as well. That's very true, JB. Totally agree. I think it'll be tough and a close game against Villa on Saturday. As there are no mugs. Now, still see us winning 2-1 or 3-1. We're going to do a prediction on Thursday as well, and doing the preview with Joe, Aston Villa fan as well. And let's say thanks to Alan as well. So, Paul, who's your player of the tournament at the Sela for Newcastle?
Cool.
So many, isn't there?
Can I pick one per game or no?
Yeah, of course you can.
I think Saturday it'd be hard not to give it to Anderson, because I thought he was sensational. He really Gordon is so tough. Gordon was really good as well, but I think Anderson just wings it for me for Saturday. And Sunday, I think Barnes, he really impressed me. Close behind that would have been Wilson, because I don't understand people think he had a bad game. I thought Wilson was very instrumental to a lot of things that happened. Hence, three people getting a goal through him. But yeah, Wilson is a close second to that. But yeah, I think Harvey Barnes in particular, the pace and just that I loved how keen he was and stuff like it showed how much he cared. I think he had those two players in particular had outstanding games, but Joe had a good game, Bruno had a good game, other people had good games, but in particular those two for me.
Yeah, going back to beyond the Koeman. Going back a while, hasn't it? I used to watch that when I was in my youth. Let's go and get our 3 points on Saturday. Onwards and upwards. Thank you, Alan. And round 6, JB, welcome to the Misspending Club. Wow, so blessed. And Louise, give us your play of the tournament, play of the man of the match Saturday and Sunday.
So Paul said it would be very difficult not to give it to Anderson. Well, I didn't give it to Anderson. I didn't give it to Gordon. I gave it to Isak on Saturday. But I do agree with Harvey Barnes on Sunday.
Yeah, totally agree there. For me, on Saturday, man and Lash for me, I could have gone for 2. I could have gone for Murphy, and I would have gone for Anderson as well. Sunday, Harvey Barnes, or Super Harvey Barnes, 38 million quid. This guy is absolutely fantastic. And I know the prediction's going to be fun. And we've got to do the content as well. So, yeah. So it's going to be tough as well. We're going to wrap up the show there. And go on, Louise, women's football.
But it wasn't going to be that. Actually, I was going to say my women's player of the match was Tyler Dodds. She didn't score, but she was incredible all over in terms of getting crosses in. Loved it. What I was going to say was there's something I've noticed, and we haven't had a chance to talk about, and I wanted to. Trips and Tonali seemed to be tripping over each other a bit. They were going for the same ball. Did anybody else see it? What do we make of that? And how's that going to play out?
I saw that as well. I mean, if there was going on there, I think to myself, what the heck is going on? I mean, throw to the ball, man, and just deal with it. And that's for the free kick as well. I still think Tonali's going to take a couple as well because he's a brilliant free dead ball specialist as well. Done it for Milan, and that's going to be very interesting. You got to leave it to Trippier. He decides. He's the captain, so let him deal with it. But Leslie, you're right. I mean, it doesn't seem good, does it? Do you know what I mean? I think to myself, very strange. What do you think, Paul? Go on, Louise.
As I say, it's good that they've had the chance to find it out now that they were both in the same place and going for the same ball. And maybe it should be that Trips has the priority and calls it. He's going to have to call it out, or maybe they're going to iron it out this week. But I thought it was notable for me that was happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's strange, man. I don't think that happened again, right? But didn't look good, did it? But we won the game, and I think it's all forgotten.
Yeah. As long as we learn, that's what it's all about.
Totally agree. Yeah, so I mean, got to talk about the preview on Thursday. I will have Joe with me, and I'll try to get a Newcastle fan on as well. And Tuesday, I'll be back tomorrow. Wednesday, I tell you I've got in a bit. So, guys, that's going to be the end of the show there. I've got a couple more comments as well. A mixed international game, 5 men, 5 women, and a random goal will be interesting. That'd be interesting. Take care, Alan. You too as well, Alan. You take care, mate. And lovely seeing you all. And you, Ches. And Ches, brother, she's daft as a march. Wow. And Kate, hi to you, Kate. I hope you're fine. I hope your wedding went well as well. The honeymoon went well too. Tell us, Kate, was not far away. It was a great thing.
Very close. Yeah.
Very close, wasn't it? Very, very close. So, guys, to go wrap up the show there. And Paul, where can we find you, man?
Yeah, I mean, thank you to the kind people who have been very kindly added me to Twitter, and a few people randomly who recognised me at St James's Park. There you go. Thank you to these nice people. Like, I know you from somewhere. It's like, yeah, thank you. So it's been very, very nice. So if you're desperate to follow me, it's at Blank Canvas PC on Twitter. Well, X, should I call it now? Sorry, it's not Twitter anymore. Sorry, Elon. Yeah,
totally agree. And Louise, I mean, I'm gonna miss you on the channel, but can you please tell us where we can find you? And
it's still Louise 3 Thompson, but just wish everybody all the very best, and I'm sure I'll catch up with you all soon.
Fantastic. And what has been your greatest moment, Louise, since being on the channel? Your greatest moment?
I've just had so much good fun. I can't pick one. I have loved chatting with people. I've loved the engagement with people that talk on your show, the comments that we get. I've loved all of that. I've loved working with you guys. Obviously, having Killer on was a bit of a highlight for me. Alan's Maximum popping up in the chat was like too many to mention, but I have had the most awesome time. Good luck with the rest of it, and good luck to getting to your 10K, which I'm sure will be happening very soon.
Thank you very much indeed. When I get 10K, it's going to be a 10K party with the Q&A show as well, and that'd be fantastic. and got some more comments as well. We're going to come on the live show. Kate, if you give us a follow on Facebook Messenger or Facebook, I'll follow you back and we discuss it, yeah? And then we talk about it then, and I'll get you on. Let's say good luck to you. Take care, everyone. Thank you, everyone, and the mods as always. Thank you, JK. You got to thank the mods as well. They've been fantastic. Thank you, Jolly, for coming on. Thanks for Fear. Thank you, JB. And we say good luck and take care. And there you go. So that's it from the review as usual. Back again very, very soon. And make sure you go into toffs.com. And also, you do that as well. Go into the website, purchase a shirt or any item you want, an item, using the 15% by using JSTV 15 as well. And like I said, back tomorrow. And if you like what we watch, make sure you like and subscribe. And as always, are we the lads?
The lads.